This conference will now be recorded.
Welcome to Dr. TSPR show. This is Dr. Tangella Shiva Prasad Reddy alias Dr. TSPR. Namaste, Adab, hello, and a warm welcome to my another wonderful guest. Whenever we talk about India, we talk about diversity. The diversity of population and the diversity of soils and the diversity of climates. That is called nature. We always say Kashmir to Kanyakumari. We have been connecting South Kanyakumari all the while. By God's grace, now we are going to connect you Kashmir, the Jammu and Kashmir, the Jammu part, Rajouri, and entire Jammu and Kashmir. When I say Jammu and Kashmir, why I say God's grace? It is Himalayan ranges, the foothold of Himalayan ranges. You find Jammu and Kashmir, the entire northeastern region, and we say it is heaven on earth. When you start moving from Punjab to Jammu, you will find a perceptible change. But when you start moving from Jammu to Kashmir, believe me, you will feel as if you are going to enter heaven. What? You have a place like this in India? Yes, my dear friends, it is India, Jammu and Kashmir, and now we are going to bring a show from Jammu and Kashmir, and I'm going to invite you, the wonderful guest, thankful to him. He is Dr. Ashaq Malik. He is Senior Assistant Professor of Botany, Government PG College, Rajouri, University of Jammu / we say Jammu and Kashmir. And this he comes from the Higher Education Department. आपका हार्दिक स्वागत है डॉक्टर अशक मलिक जी. Welcome to this special show.
Thank you so much, Dr. Reddy, for giving me an opportunity to interact with you on this very important show that connect the nation. Thank you so much, sir.
Wonderful. And we are taking up the topic again, environmental degradation in Jammu and Kashmir. COP26, not far away from India, Egypt it is going to be. So what is COP27? Why we are taking up these environmental disasters? We have been presenting through these channels, environment, nature we say. And when you environment gets damaged, because they are there in the higher strata of India, northern part of India, Himalayas, glaciers are there. What if they start melting? Why these extreme heat conditions? Why these flash floods? Why all of a sudden the climate changes? The temperatures increase drastically and again they fall. Why immediately you get the cloudbursts of rains? Why? Why? Are we not the reason? So when I am here in Hyderabad, Deccan Plateau, he is there in Jammu and Kashmir, in the northern Indian part, close to Himalayas, but the same environment disaster is happening there too. So when you fiddle with nature, जब आप प्रकृति के साथ खेल खेलोगे, तो वो जम्मू एंड कश्मीर हिमालयन रेंजेस हो या डक्कन प्लैट हैदराबाद हो या कन्याकुमारी हो, सो कश्मीर से लेके कन्याकुमारी तक जब आप हमारी प्रकृति के साथ छेड़छाड़ करोगे तो आपको भुगतना ही पड़ेगा. अकाल वर्ष और इतनी गर्मी आप सोच ही नहीं सकते, और साथ में इतनी ठंडी, क्या हम जी सकते हैं? क्या हम जिम्मेदार नहीं है इसके? इसीलिए आज ये चर्चा जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में भी प्रकृति के साथ क्या हो रहा है, वहां पर भी विध्वंस क्यों हो रहा है, हम आज डॉक्टर आशक मालिक स्वामी के उनके द्वारा आज पीपीटी प्रेजेंटेशन द्वारा हम उनको सुनेंगे. यस सर, प्लीज गो अहेड, द फ्लोर इज योर्स.
Thank you so much, Dr. Reddy, once again. In fact, of course, environmental degradation, that is, we can say, global phenomena, and we are experiencing from home to the all parts of the world. And today, as you told, that we will discuss about environmental degradation, environmental scenario in Jammu and Kashmir. And before that, I will go to the introduction. Of course, Jammu and Kashmir does not need the introduction, but still, for the formality's sake, I will go for the basics of the Jammu and Kashmir, and then we'll come to the environment. And I will request if you can show the PPT, the first slide
Yeah, I'm going.
of
I'm going.
this presentation. You can see the background picture there. This is the picture after 2014 floods, where the Kashmir was almost underwater, and especially the we can say Srinagar and other parts. Uh, because and this was thought that it was the human interference that caused this tragedy and disaster in 2014. You can see the image in background. So, and next slide, can you move, Dr. Reddy? Yeah.
Yeah, ये पूरा कश्मीर पानी में है ना, ये स्लाइड जो बता रहे हैं आप.
Uh,
Entire Kashmir looks in.
yes, yes, 2014 disaster, and maybe the floods were there, and here the entire Kashmir that was underwater, and we can see a lot of people, they lost lives, and the property that was damaged. You can see the images. Yeah.
So I want my viewers to see this was Kashmir in 2014. 2014
Yeah.
itself, mind you.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
So Kashmir, of course, as you told that it is called the heaven on earth, and yeah, can you move the slide a bit? The second slide, yeah. Kashmir, that is called as the heaven on earth, and some poet has said that
Is this the slide? Is
uh,
this the slide? Everybody's dream to
no,
visit Kashmir.
previous one, sir, previous one, yeah.
Is this one?
And some poet has said that agar fardos barruwe zami ast hami asto hami ast. I mean, if there is a paradise on earth, this is here, this is here, this is here in Kashmir. So that is the scenario, and of course, it is comparatively a smaller state now, the UT of the India, and the area that is around 22 lakhs 2236 kilometers. The population is also small at this time, but it is increasing at a rapid pace, we can say. That is 1.37 crores as per the Aadhaar card data. And literacy rate of the Jammu and Kashmir, that is 67.16. The language spoken here are the Kashmiri, that is the Dogri, that is the Gojari, that is the Pahadi. Urdu is there, Badarwai is there, and of course English is there. And
Hindi.
you can see the image, and this is called as the heaven on the earth. But before that, the previous image you have seen how the heaven became the
Yeah, I'm showing the difference. The earlier slide was very clear, heaven on earth. This slide, during floods in 2014, Kashmir is devastated. Kashmir is devastated with flash floods. So Kashmir is also not immune to the environmental degradation, the changes in the climate, very close to Himalayas, Himalayan ranges we call. He's going to connect to us. There is some technical edge. Don't go away. And this is what he said. Kashmir, the heaven on earth. He will connect to us. Their technical hitches will be there. And the capital, Jammu, is in winter, Srinagar in summer, but now they have become union territories. Area,
yeah.
it is on the screen. Yes, sir, please, sir. So we have
Yeah,
Dr. Ashaq
so okay.
is back.
Maybe I was disconnected. Yeah,
Yeah.
so area is small. Even the population, that is 1.37 crores. Literacy is good 67.16. Language spoken here are the Kashmiri, then the Dogri, and we can say Pahadi, Gojari is there, especially in Rajouri and Punch, and of course Bhadrawai is there in the Chenab Valley region. And then we can say the English, of course, that is spoken throughout Jammu and Kashmir. So these are the we can say some of the we can say language and we can say basic scenario of the Jammu and Kashmir. And of course, the Jammu and Kashmir, that is not only known for the because adventurous tourism, but beside this, it is also a great religious destination. We can say we have Shri Amarnath in Srinagar, we have Shri Mata Vaishno Devi Shrine in Jammu, we have Shadara Sharif shrine in Rajouri, and we have Buddha Amarnath in Punch. We have Gurdwara Nangali Sahib in also Punch. And besides this, so many we can say we have the religious places, and we have so many tourist destinations starting from the we can say uh, Gulmarg is there, Pahalgam is there, and in Jammu we have the lakes. In Bir Panjal we have the seven lakes, and a lot of destinations are there. In the image, the right side, you can see some of the images are there, where the lake and the lakes are there. Beautiful destinations are there. Winter sports are being played. So this is Jammu and Kashmir, that is rightly called as the heaven on earth. Yeah. Next slide, sir,
Paradise.
if you can move. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So here we can divide geographically, we can divide the Jammu and Kashmir in three. That is the Karakoram range, and then the Great Himalayas, and then the Pir Panjal range. So these three ranges are there, and that we can divide this Jammu and Kashmir, and of course it exhibit. We can say a variety of the climate change, which are very hot in Jammu and Kashmir and cold in Kashmir. Even the Ladakh is also we can say adjoining Jammu and Kashmir. So we have a different type of the range of the temperatures. And the Rajouri we can say and Punch, they are the we can say places of the moderate temperature is there. Now, next slide. If we see the, we can say, wildlife parks of, we can say, J&K, we have the National Park, Wildlife Park. We have sanctuaries, around 4 sanctuaries are there. We have 48 protected areas, and there are five Ramsar, we can say, sites in Jammu and Kashmir, and two are recently added to commemorate the 75th Independence Day, that when the 75 were there, and here the two more were added. So this is the we can say wildlife scenario of the Jammu and Kashmir. Next slide, sir. Yeah. Okay, sir. So, yeah, of course, we have very important species here, starting from the, we can say, musk deer is there, hungal is there, spotted deer is there, barking deer is there, markhor is there, and on the right side, you can see this is the hungal, that is the, we can say, critically endangered species. Another markhor, you can see the, we can say, dawn the image. So these, beside these, there are so many, we can say, rare and endangered species already which are because of the environmental threat and the we can say overpopulation and the exploitation of their natural habitat. So we have wonderful and amazing wildlife here in Jammu and Kashmir, but threats are there. And next
This threat
slide.
is
So
this threat is because of unwanted tourism and exploitation. Everything goes.
exploration. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. And next slide, you can see I will take you to my area, that is Pir Panjal. We can see Western Himalayas, Western Lower Himalayas, and the region is called as Pir Panjal. You have seen the last slide. So this is the Pir Panjal region constituting of the two districts, that is the Rajouri district and then the Punch. The Rajouri is around 150 kilometers to the northwest of the Jammu, and this is Punch is some 240 kilometers from Jammu, and it
Yes, sir.
and we are connected by the mobile road. So if next time you are coming to Jammu, you can also come via Rajouri and Punch to the to Srinagar. There's alternate route is there. Nowadays it is functional, but due to snow, that remain closed in the winters. Yeah, so this is a
How many
Rajouri Punch, the
kilometers? How many
comparatively
kilometers
smaller
Rajouri?
distance.
No, how many kilometers Rajouri is from Srinagar?
It is Yeah, it is around 150 kilometers from Srinagar and 100 kilometers from Jammu. So it is just in the middle of the Jammu and Kashmir. Yeah, in Jammu and Srinagar. Yeah, and Poonch is some 240 kilometers from Jammu.
So how many
So about
kilometers
in
is
Pakistan. Yeah.
Srinagar from Jammu? Actually, it is only 150, na, from Jammu, Srinagar.
No, it is around 300 kilometers. Around 300 kilometers. So it is just in the middle. Rajouri and Poonch, they are just in the center of the Jammu and Srinagar.
So you
So
have to
the
cross them,
alternate,
or this is another route. This is another route
uh,
to.
yeah, this is the another route. This is the alternate route. We have to go to in the northwest, and the one way is the normal way, that is from Jammu to Srinagar, from south to north. But this is the northwest way, and previously it was called as the Mughal Road. So it is now connected, and the alternate route is there, and that is being used by the traffic, both we can say from the we can say normal way via
Right.
Ramban in Jammu and Kashmir, and then the Punch or Rajouri. Yes, sir.
So when you come via Rajouri, it is 50 kilometers less when you go directly south from Jammu to Kashmir,
Yeah,
something like
of course. This is the alternate way, and this is we can say these two districts, they are still unexplored. They are not on the world map tourism, and a lot of things are there. And now because of the intervention of the present government, the social media, this region is now visible across the spheres recently, and tourists now they are also visiting to Rajouri and Poonch beside Kashmir. Yes, sir.
maybe it is a blessing in
Yeah,
disguise,
next
but at
slide.
the same time, is it a blessing or I don't know. I don't want to comment. That's okay. That's
Yeah, of
fine.
course. I'll come to. Yeah, so now coming to the root causes of the environmental problems or the degradation in Jammu and Kashmir. Of course, they are like the other part of the country and the world. And we can say the deforestation is the main cause. Then the vehicular pollution is there. Then industrialization is also there, especially after the 370. Means more industries are being set up, and we have to tackle the new threats, environmental threats, because more industries means more pollution. We have to opt the sustainable way of the development, and of course lack of implementation of the environmental laws and policy and act. We have beautiful laws, but still we need to implement. So deforestation, we can say we have just 10 point, 10 point, can say 46 percent area, and that is contrary to the country's 24 percent forest cover is there, and that is rapidly being reducing because of the overpopulation, construction, roads, industries, and a lot of other we can say human activities. This is this the picture in the right. You can see this is of the Mughal Road, and imagine how the forests they are being cut down by for the purpose of construction, and now in if we can opt the alternate ways, maybe instead of the roads, if we go for the tunnels. Of course, the government is also working to in this direction, but that is a reason how the deforestation is affecting in Jammu and Kashmir. And of course, water pollution is there. We have, yeah, next slide. Yeah, if you
Yeah,
can go.
I'm trying to read this. Deforestation has caused soil erosion and floods, further damaging
Yeah,
forest resources. This people have to understand. जब हम आप पेड़ पौधे और हमारे वन को आप जिस तरह काटते जाएंगे, हम कोई बोलेंगे कि भाई हम बड़ा एक इंडस्ट्री आ रहा, बड़ा एक उद्योगपति आ रहा है यहाँ, हम हमारे पूरे वन को नष्ट करेंगे और हमारे पेड़ पौधों को
जी,
नष्ट करेंगे, तो क्या होगा? देखिए जम्मू एंड कश्मीर का नजारा आपके सामने, पूरा सॉइल इरोशन,
जी, आप
बाद में बाढ़ आएंगे, साथ में पूरा है सो जो जंगल है वो भी खत्म हो जाएगा. या
Fatma ji, bilkul. You can see in the image, yeah, same soil erosion is there. And this is the main problem. Beside, we can say other eco concerns. Yeah. So next, yeah, is the water pollution is there, and of course we have we can say numerous water bodies, but now they are being contaminated because of we can say human animal waste, industrial agricultural waste. They are being deposited in the water bodies, and of course we have. Banned the single-use plastic, especially this July 1st, 2022. But on ground reality, I can say being a local, that we need to implement these laws. and we have to copy perhaps the Sikkim and other states who have banned the single-use plastic, and not only banned but implemented. So implementation part, that is the main concern here. And if we go on the global level, 1 million plastic bottles we are depositing a single minute across the globe. And imagine here in Jammu and Kashmir, we are also contributing to the we can say marine pollution, especially. Yeah.
वेरी सैड। लोग
Next.
सोचिए, आप जब भी आप जम्मू एंड कश्मीर और कहीं भी जाएंगे, ये प्लास्टिक चीज आप खासकर ये पानी में या नदी में या छोटे छोटे जो भी है हमारे लेक्स वगैरह, उसमें मत फेंकिए कृपया करके। आप प्रकृति के नज़ारे को आप अच्छी तरह से एंजॉय कीजिए, मुक्त हो जाइए उनके साथ। आप जीवन की एक समय आप बिताने की कोशिश करिए, लेकिन ये प्लास्टिक हो या पोल्यूशन से आप उनको दूर रखिए। यस सर।
Exactly. So
या
next is we have shrinking water bodies. Of course, the five Ramsar water bodies are there, which are dominated in Jammu and Kashmir. But most of the water bodies now they are shrinking, and you can see how these we can say lakes, very important lakes. We can say maybe the Wular or the Dal Lake, how they are reducing from 2,547 hectares in 1970 to just 1,620 hectares in 2008, and the scenario is more critical in 2022. So not only these two lakes.
या सी दल लेक, people go to Kashmir,
Uh,
it is shrinking. Yes sir, please go ahead.
Of course, sir. Yeah, and encroachment is there, and we can say many people they have trying to settle around the water bodies. They're encroaching the land, and that we need to revisit. Of course, some strong laws are coming up, but still we need to implement. Yeah. Next,
Water
sir.
shortage will be
And
there, and it will affect the hydroelectricity from which you generate power from water. Yeah, yes sir.
mm, yes, sir. Now, here in Jammu, that is Araspura, around 35 kilometers from Jammu, there is a beautiful wetland that is called as Grana wetland, and that is the host of some 5,000 birds, and especially dozens of the migratory birds from the Europe and the Central Asia. They are coming every season, but the size is now reduced to just 0.75 square kilometers. It was much bigger, and now the government of Jammu and Kashmir they have come up with certain laws that uh, they encroach this beautiful wetland. And of course, this is at par with the national heritage of the country. And this is just near. And if anybody comes to Jammu and just 35 kilometers, maybe it is a matter of 1 hour, and we can see this beautiful land. But tragedy is it is also uh, being degraded by the human activities, especially encroachment. And you can see the birds, so many type of the birds they come every year. Dozens of the birds come from the Europe and the Central Asia. So yeah, and of
क्या
course
नजारा है,
air
क्या
yeah.
नजारा है, हम इसको भी विध्वंस कर रहे हैं हम। देखिए जम्मू में
Mm,
केवल 35 किलोमीटर के
mm,
अंदर इतने इतने पक्ष आते हैं नॉर्थन यूरोप और सेंट्रल एशिया से, लेकिन उसको भी हम खत्म कर रहे हैं।
yeah, sir. And yeah, next is the of course air pollution that is also there. Burning, of course, that is in the Punjab. It is not up to that extent, but still burning of the stubble is there, and these brick trains are there, and of course the vehicular traffic that is the main concern here. When everybody wants to purchase. The vehicle, but that they are not sustainable. They are not going to the environment. So these are we can say degrading the air quality, and they are the cause of the air pollution. And we are not the exception like other states of the country. that which are contaminated by the pollution. Especially our air is not so clean as we call it as heaven on earth. So that is the current scenario. Especially the vehicles are every day. Hundreds of vehicles are being added, and we need to move toward the clean energy. Especially the electric vehicles are there. Yeah, next please.
क्लीन एनर्जी और
Yeah.
साथ में हम जब भी जाते हैं पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट इस्तेमाल कीजिए। आज ये क्या है, शो ऑफ करने के लिए बड़ी बड़ी मर्सिडीज कार ये अब इतने खरीदेंगे आप, कल के दिन इतनी पोल्यूशन होगी बाहर ही नहीं निकल सकेंगे। तो आप सोचिए, जब आपकी फैमिली जाएगी तब कार इस्तेमाल करिए, वरना तो आप पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं ताकि आप इसको बचा रखें। क्योंकि हम आखिर नहीं है, आप सोचिए हमारे बाद में हमारे बच्चों को हम क्या देंगे? व्हाट इज दैट वी आर गोइंग टू गिव टू आवर चिल्ड्रन? Think, use public transport. Don't go for societal position or status. That is all nonsense. If you fly more and more
जी
individual vehicles, it is going to damage. And you are not the last one. Be selfish about your children. What is that you are going to give? If everything gets polluted, can they survive? Think. Yes, sir.
exactly. Yeah. So next is melting of the glaciers. The glaciers, we have hundreds of glaciers and some 1,200 glaciers. They are, we can say, melting at a very faster state, 35 centimeter thickness. That is counted, and from 2000 to 2012. And the scenario is also now it is more rapidly changing. And when you can see the right image here, and how we can see these snow covered peaks now, they are without or with the less snow is there, less glaciers are there, and naturally they are increasing the level of the we can say sea. And as we know, many cities would be underwater in coming decades, and that we need to reverse that. Yeah, so that is the scenario. The glaciers are also melting, especially in Jammu and Kashmir. Yeah, next sir.
ये बड़ी बड़ी है क्योंकि emission of greenhouse gases है, use of fossil fuels have led to increasing temperatures and reducing snow precipitation, resulting in the melting of Himalayan glaciers. Everything is there on your screen. आप सोचिए, ये कप में आइसक्रीम लगाइए, आप आइसक्रीम का जो पीक रहेगा, जैसे जैसे ये ठंड खत्म हो जाते रहेगा, जैसे गर्मी बढ़ेगी, वो क्या होगा? आइसक्रीम मेल्ट हो जाएगा। आप यही नजारा वहां पर है। जिस जिस तरह गर्मी बढ़ेगी, गर्मी किस तरह? फॉसिल फ्यूल, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एमिशन से, और ग्रीन हाउसेस उसके एमिशन से, और जो वाटर बॉडीज हम खत्म कर रहे हैं उससे। जैसा जैसा गर्मी बढ़ती जाएगी, ये पीक है ना आइस, ये पूरा मेल्ट होते आपको दिखाई देगा। मेल्ट को हम क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में या उर्दू में?
पिघलना पिघलना पिघलना
पिघलना, पिघल
पिघलना।
जाएगा।
या जी, पिघल
आइस जो
जाएगा
है
जी।
पिघल जाएगा। अगर पूरा
जी
हिमालयस पिघल
बिल्कुल।
जाने की परिस्थिति में है, काफी शहर डूब जाएंगे क्योंकि पानी ही पानी, और हमारे समुद्र बढ़ जाएंगे, उसमें पानी ज्यादा होगा। क्या सिटीज, कितने सिटीज खत्म हो जाएंगे आप सोचिए। ये हमारे हाथ में है, अभी उसको हम रोक सकते हैं।
जी, तो नेक्स्ट उसका रिजल्ट क्या है? लॉस ऑफ बायोडाइवर्सिटी इज देयर, and we have some rare and the unique species here in Jammu and Kashmir biodiversity. But unfortunately, because of the anthropogenic activities and environmental degradation, many habitats are being lost and degraded. As a result, we have some very rare and beautiful species, but now they are critical. You can see here in the list right side, the markhor is there, and then the shiru is there, and the hungol is there. And these the three species, they are the critically endangered species. Likewise, not only this the wildlife, even we can say there are other plant species and animal species, they are under the continued threat because of the loss of the habitat and biodiversity. That is not the exception. And we know that every single day, at least the most conservative record show that one species we are losing every day. And Amazon, we are also part of that threat. Here, the biodiversity, that is at the a great threat, and many beautiful species. Of course, the Jammu and Kashmir, that is a tourist destination, but because of the biodiversity loss, that may also cause the economic loss beside the environmental losses. So that is there. biodiversity loss
या
is also there because of environmental change.
हमारे साथ जो सहजीव करते हैं, पेड़ पौधे हो या हमारे जानवर हो, वो एरिया के स्पेसिफिक रहेंगे, उनका भी आज खत्म होने की आप स्क्रीन पे दे सकते हैं। एक सबूत है किस तरह हम इसको रोके जाए। पेड़ पौधों को काट दे रहे हैं, सब कुछ गर्म ही गर्म, और हम लालची बन गए। इसीलिए प्रकृति हमारे ऊपर, परीक्षा का दौर खत्म हो गया, अब प्रकृति हमारे ऊपर बदला लेने की एक स्थिति में है। सोचिए आप।
Ji. Beside this, uh, there is another trend that the people, more population is there. They have to construct the houses, they have to construct the roads, but at the same time, what is happening? The farmlands, the agricultural land, that is decreasing and decreasing. And you know, in Jammu and Kashmir, the agricultural land is already very less as compared to the rest part of the country. But here you can see the construction. Two images, they can show how the agricultural land is being degraded, being encroached by the construction purposes. And if you visit here, especially in Rajouri and Punch, this phenomena is very common, where the people they are preparing, or they are constructing the houses in a very uncontrolled way. Wherever they want, they can construct without any planning. And there is hardly any town planning, and we can say hardly any restriction from the government, especially in the rural areas. And as a result, the agricultural land, the farmland, that is continuously degrading. Yeah, and we have the building industries are there, so that is the main concern here. Yeah.
जब हम इस तरह खेती और सब कुछ बंद कर देंगे, हम क्या खाएंगे? आप सोचिए। खेती से ही हमारी प्रकृति जो है, हमको बचाता है। लेकिन हम जब पेड़ पौधे और खेती को हम खत्म करते जाएंगे, हम ये बोल के कि हम रोड्स डालेंगे, बड़े बड़े मल्टी स्टोरी बिल्डिंग्स बनाएंगे, होटलें बनाएंगे और उद्योगपति इंडस्ट्रीज लाएंगे, इससे क्या होगा? आपके पूरा खेती बाड़ी खत्म, पेड़ पौधे खत्म, आप क्या खाएंगे? और प्रकृति कैसे सही रहेगी? गर्मी बढ़ेगी और उसके साथ हमारा जीना मुश्किल हो जाएगा। सोचिए आप।
Yes, and this is the a continuation of the first slide you have seen. That is 2014 floods in J&K, and some more images are there, and they are self-speaking how the life was there. Entire city of the Srinagar that was underwater, and this was a result of because the water bodies, they were shrinking, they were being encroached, and they didn't have the way to move. The water was just we can say shrink in the lakes, or we can say the rivers, especially the Jhelum river. And when there were more rains are there, an entire we can say Srinagar, that became a lake. And you know, if the history, that itself was a lake in the history, that when the great Rishi Kashyap Rishi that constructed this drained out this lake, and a beautiful valley came out, we can say centuries before, if we go to the history of Srinagar. But that was again repeated, it became again lake in 2014 because of our own behavior toward the environment and environmental degradation that we can see through the images.
आपको एक ही मैं बताना चाहता हूं, हम DRTSPR चैनल्स से, ऐसे अतिथिगण से हम काफी शोज कर रहे हैं पिछले 2 साल से। हम यही बता रहे हैं आपको, पानी और हाथी कतई वो उनकी रास्ता नहीं भूलेंगे। आप सोचिए, पानी और हाथी, आप कुछ भी कीजिए, वो अपने रास्ता नहीं भूलेंगे। Come whatever you do, water and elephants will never forget their way. This is what we have been telling you last 2.5 years on DRTSPR channels. Don't play with nature. If you occupy water bodies, अगर आप इस तरह जो भी लेक हो या पांड हो, पानी की जगह में आप बड़े बड़े बिल्डिंग खड़ा करेंगे या रोड्स डालेंगे या बड़े बड़े इंडस्ट्रीज डालेंगे, क्या होगा? देखिए, 2014 में जिस तरह श्रीनगर डूब गया, क्योंकि आप पानी के जो व्यवस्था है, पांड हो या पे जो भी हो, लेक्स, वहां पर आपने स्ट्रक्चर्स खड़ा किया है, तो क्या हुआ? जब बाढ़ आए, जब पानी अपना रास्ता नहीं भूला, पानी वहीं पर आया है जहां उसको आना था। तो इसीलिए पानी के रास्ते मत रोकिए। अब जब टनल्स बनाते हैं आप रोड्स के लिए, रेल्स के लिए, पहले आप पानी के टनल्स बनाने की कोशिश कीजिए। Try to construct tunnels for water so that water can freely flow. You don't need tunnels for roads and other things. But first you see that there are tunnels for water. Don't occupy waterways, don't occupy lakes or ponds. If you occupy, you have seen Srinagar is no different, Hyderabad is no different, Kochi is no different, Mumbai is no different, Bengaluru is no different, Chennai is no different, Dehradun is no different. क्योंकि प्रकृति किस तरह बदला लेगा, जब प्रकृति के साथ आप खेलवाड़ करोगे, बाढ़ के नजरे आपको पता चल जाएगा, और साथ में गर्मी के वजह से। यस सर।
या बहुत आपने सही बताया कि जब हम एनवायरनमेंट के साथ खिलवाड़ करें तो नेचुरली एनवायरनमेंट वी हैव टू रीपे टू द एनवायरनमेंट। या there is another natural phenomena, silent killer of the environment, silent disaster is happening, especially in the Pir Panjal alpine meadows. And you can see this is a mud house where the seasonal migration is exhibited around for around 4 or 5 months in these beautiful meadows on the top of, we can say, Rajouri and Punch, from this side and from the other side, from
Yeah, he is going to come back. The technical hitches are always there in that area. Don't worry, he'll be back. He's just trying to explain us the alpine meadows in the Rajouri and Poonch sector, how silent disasters are happening in that sector. The weathering of these meadows, so important, so crucial for environment stability. See silently how they are getting affected. The alpine meadows in the Rajouri and Poonch sector, these alpine meadows are in Poonch and Rajouri sector, how silently they are getting affected. These meadows are very, very important for environment stability so that we can lead a comfortable and happy life with the nature. Yes, sir, are you back? Some technical hitches are there. You need to, such a wonderful presentation he has prepared, but the technical hitches are always there. They have to be understood. He has done a stupendous job. He's just bringing Jammu and Kashmir, the entire Jammu and Kashmir, to the people of India, to your home comforts, to make you to understand what if you try to play with the nature, whether it is Jammu and Kashmir or Kanyakumari. It is one and the same. Flash floods, temperatures rise, becomes very difficult for you to survive. If it is this condition in the present, what would be the future of our children? So we need to be environment conscious. Otherwise, we will pay a heavy, heavy price. So he's going to come back and don't go away. And he's going to take us to the climate change, the temperatures. When you play with the environment, how it is going to have a devastating immediate effect on the climate. And that climate in turn will make you to realize in the form of flash floods, extreme heat, or extreme cold conditions. Is going to connect? Just a second. Did you connect, sir? Ashaq Malik ji, did you connect, sir? Just try to go. Yeah, just yes, Malik sir.
yes sir, I'm listening to you sir, I can hear you sir.
Oh, please, please go ahead. Next slide. Yeah.
Yeah, of course I'm hearing you. And now here the climate change slide was there, and this was the slide here. You can see the impact of weathering. Of course, it's a natural process, but I think the plantation that can
Yeah,
reverse
and
this
see this
process. Yes,
weathering the silent disaster. We were here, Alpine Meadows in Rajouri and Poonch sector. Yeah, please. From here we'll go ahead.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
what is the
yeah, you can. this the image that is self-speaking, and how somebody has prepared or built this house before 30 or 40 years, and after that now he has to replace. Otherwise, this will be under the debris of this plant or the weathering. And now, what is the provision? How we can reverse this natural process? And of course, I think by the plants we can reverse this process. Okay. Next slide, sir.
देखिए ये घर है, देखिए ये घर कई सालों के पीछे बनाया से है, और ये ऊपर देखिए किस तरह ये मेडोस, अल्पाइन मेडोस किस तरह ये आज विध्वंस होके इस घर के ऊपर आ रहा है। हम इसको कैसे रोक सकते हैं? इसको केवल पेड़ और पौधों से ही रोक सकते हैं। यस सर।
Yeah, next. So climate change, that is, of course, that is stark reality before all of us throughout the globe. And if 1.2 degrees Celsius temperature will rise, naturally that will dip our many, we can say, cities will be under water because of the melting of the glaciers. Beside this, the other, we can say, biodiversity loss and other losses would be there. That is the we can say climate change. Of course, I will not go into it because this is the known factor, and climate is affecting the, we can say, human life in diverse ways. So this is something about the problems. Now I'll go to the we'll discuss some solutions, possible solutions, and Dr. Reddy is also enumerating enlisting number of we can say solutions side by side. So what solution is there? Of course, where the problem is there, we have to strike that, but in a sustainable way. And number one, we have to reduce the we can say we have to improve the air quality by intervention of we can say clean traffic, especially shifting from the fossil fuels to the electric vehicles. And we have experimented around 200 buses, electric buses. They are being donated by the government to two cities, Jammu and Kashmir, Jammu and Srinagar, and some already arrived. But of course, the Tata Motors, they came in contract with the government of Jammu and Kashmir, and we will see hopefully these 200 buses that will be keep adding in other cities of Jammu and Kashmir, and they will of course uh, make a significant difference so far because climate change is air pollution is concerned. So that is the number one solution, because as we discussed earlier, everybody wants to purchase a car, but at the cost of the environment. So we need to shift from the fossil fuels to the cleaner energy. Yeah,
Right.
next please.
Yes sir.
Another is plantation. Plantation, of course, that is a remedy for so many problems. And this is the image from the Bhadrava Chenab Valley of Jammu, where a married couple, instead of the dowry and other jewels, what they planted the plants. You can see this is the picture, and it was in media before 1 or 2 years, where a young couple they is on the we can say occasion of the marriage, and
So as a wedding
here
gift, it's a good
can we
initiative.
help to
Yes
yes
sir.
sir,
It is a good initiative. Instead of
yeah,
dowry, they are planting samplings. But यहाँ पर there is one more caution. People are in Telangana. They are
yeah,
removing forest cover for a pharmacy. This thing here, pharmacy. So how nonsense it is. Such a beautiful cover here in Ibrahimpatnam area. And again, when you go to the north and
yeah,
east, western parts of Hyderabad, they are removing all trees. Bloody. One side they are
yeah,
removing forest and trees in the name of industrialization. COVID-19 time, you have seen
yeah,
people running for oxygen, and again on the other side afforestation programs, again plant trees, again it is our money. आप सोचना चाहिए, जब पेड़ पौधों को, जंगल को
and
जब टच करते है कोई सरकार, उसको नहीं करने दीजिए आप, ये बोल के कि हमारे को उद्योग आएंगे, हमारे को यहाँ पर एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिलेगा। पूरा झाड़ वगैरह जंगल निकाल के अगर वहां फार्मा सिटी, और वो इतना पोल्यूशन रहे, फार्मा सिटी और कोई भी इंडस्ट्री पोल्यूशन है, जमीन से लेकर आकाश तक पोल्यूशन रहेगा वो। आप सोचना चाहिए। इसीलिए जो हमारे जंगल है, पेड़ पौधे हैं, पहले उनको संरक्षण करना सीखिए, बाद में रिफॉरेस्टेशन एफॉरेस्टेशन की बात कीजिए, वरना हमको लोग पागल करा देंगे। सरकार और उद्योगपति इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट मिलके
Exactly.
हमारे हमारे रिसोर्सेस को लूट रहे हैं ये लोग। इसीलिए आप समझदार होना चाहिए, जो है पहले उसको बचा के रखिए, बाद में उसको एक्सपैंड कीजिए। जो है हमको संरक्षण करना चाहिए, क्योंकि आप खुद सेल्फिश हो जाइए, क्योंकि आप आखिर नहीं, आपके बच्चे कल अगर वो सही तरीके से जीना है, सही प्रकृति और सही टेम्परेचर में, तो आपको पक्का सेल्फिश होना ही चाहिए। यस सर।
Exactly. I think we have to be exemplary, and here not only this marriage, on different occasions, especially when we are celebrating the religious festivals, if we commit toward the environment to plant at least on the sidelines of the, we can say, religious festivals, that will be the wonderful initiatives to combat the climate change,
Wonderful.
especially by the plantation. Yeah. Next, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on your screen.
Water conservation should be there, and of course, like the other part of the country, Jammu Kashmir should also act for the conservation of the, we can say, water by different, by implementation of different schemes and different laws and acts, and bringing the acts into the action. That is a need. Of course, we have tremendous water resources. Lakes are there and rivers are there, but we need to conserve them in a very sustainable way so that they could work for us and the coming generation. Yeah. Next, sir, this is another remedy.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Next.
Yeah, water
Yeah.
conservation हम यही बोलते हैं
Yes,
कि
sir.
water
Next.
and elephant will never forget your way. So don't encroach water bodies. हम तालाब हो, इस तरह के हमारे नाले हो,
Yeah.
उनको खत्म मत कीजिए, क्योंकि पानी कते ही पानी और हाथी अपना रास्ता नहीं भूलेंगे। और अब उसमें प्लास्टिक या इस तरह के चीज मत डालिए तालाबों में और नालों में। Don't put anything plastic or anything waste in these water bodies, lakes, nalas, whatever you say. That is your primary duty. Once you do that, then we can live happily and we can give something better to our children. Yeah.
Exactly, sir. And now to combat the biodiversity loss, of course, in Jammu and Kashmir, am I audible, sir? Okay.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
In Jammu and Kashmir, okay, Jammu and Kashmir, we have around five wildlife sanctuaries are there, 48 protected areas we have. We have five, we can say Ramsar sites are there, but still there is urgent need. If we increase their number, there are areas in Rajouri and Punya especially, which need to be protected because a lot of wildlife has been recovered, and it's good and promising, but the main thing is, of course, on the one hand, we have to stop the, we can say, hunting of the these wild animals and by the strong laws. And second, we have to open or declare more areas at the protected areas and the sanctuaries, especially in the Jammu region and Rajouri Punch area where the forests are there. That we have to come up, and that is the way how we can protect the, we can say, habitat of these wildlife and help protect the biodiversity loss. Yes, sir.
वंडरफुल।
Next, sir.
हमारे सवजीव हमारे साथ सहजीवन जो करते
Sustain.
हैं, पेड़ पौधे और जानवर, उनको भी बचाने की एक बड़ी महत्व कार्यक्रम है, वरना प्रकृति अपना बदला अपने ऊपर लेगा। यस सर। नेक्स्ट। यस।
Exactly, sir. And now after this, we can say the sustainable uh, agriculture. Agriculture should be sustainable, means it should not harm the life in the water. For example, we are using the fertilizers and they are killing, they are dangerous for the life in the water, rivers, or maybe in the ocean or the seas. And how we can go for the sustainable agriculture, especially in Jammu and Kashmir, we can say the concept of the biofertilizer, biocides, and other organic techniques besides some natural methods of the agriculture is yet new, and of course the application agriculture to make it more eco-friendly, that is another need. Yeah.
या वंडरफुल। आप खेती
Yes,
बाड़ी
sir.
अगर बंद करोगे, आप क्या कहोगे? खेती से ही पेड़ पौधे रहेंगे, हमारे खाने के सिवा प्रकृति को भी वो बना के रखेगा। लेकिन उसको हम रोड्स के लिए, पार्क्स के लिए या घरों के लिए या बड़े बड़े बंगलो इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए अगर आप उसको खत्म करेंगे तो नुकसान अपने को ये करने पड़ेगा। तो आप सोचिए, आप सोचिए, वी नीड एग्रीकल्चर, वी नीड फूड, एंड विद एग्रीकल्चर we can get environment, and it can maintain and protect us much better. Think, and chemicalization of agriculture, hybridization of seeds, that is the curse of this universe. Chemicalization आपको क्यों चाहिए? ये पूरे chemical fertilizers या उसके साथ में pesticides, ये मारिए वो मारिए, क्या जरूरत है? आप सोचिए, जब ये स्प्रे करेंगे आप फर्टिलाइजर्स या पेस्टिसाइड्स, वो हमारे धरती माता के अंदर जाएगा, पानी के साथ हर जगह जाएगा, वो तालाबों में जाएगा, नदियों में जाएगा, बाद में समुद्र में जाएगा। और जब ये आप स्प्रे करेंगे बायो पेस्टिसाइड्स फर्टिलाइजर, ये हवा में भी जाएगा। तो जमीन से लेके आसमान तक सब कुछ खत्म हो जाएगा, हमारा जीना मुश्किल हो जाएगा। इसीलिए आप चौकन्नी हो जाइए, आप सोचिए। You see, I've been trained, Dr. Sab, in organic farming and vermicompost long back in Murugapan Trust in Adyar,
Yes,
Chennai.
yes.
In it itself, I've implemented projects also in Hyderabad in
That,
Rangareddy
that
district. Yeah,
great.
converting
That's great, sir. That,
entire
yeah.
village waste, divided plastic and glass, you can generate that into manure, organic manure, vermicompost we call.
Yes.
Yes, sir. That we can
Yeah,
do
but
because your
concept is not. Yeah, yes, that is right. But unlike the other parts of the country, Jammu Kashmir, that is not practicing, you can say, especially these sustainable practices. Actually, biofertilizers are not popular, and the biopesticides are not popular. And despite we
they
have
should make it
environment,
popular.
I
मैं
think
इसीलिए
we need to come up with a new idea. Yeah.
yes, new ideas, and through this show, through you, I'm appealing to Jammu and Kashmir. एप्पल, सेब आपके पास अच्छा पड़ रहेगा। आप सेब और सेब के गुण जो जिस तरह के हो उसी तरह की आप क्रॉप्स वहां पर ग्रो करिए। कन्याकुमारी में जब कोकोनट वो जो आता है वो वहीं आने दीजिए। ये ग्रीन हाउस की कॉन्सेप्ट लेके आप कन्याकुमारी में जो आता है, अगर आप जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में ये ग्रीन हाउसेस, ये प्रैक्टिकल नहीं है, ये आर्टिफिशियल ग्रीन हाउसेस के साथ अगर आप कुछ करना आप पसंद करेंगे तो आप यही सोचिए, हिमालयन रीजस को आप खत्म कर रहे हैं आप। उसके साथ में आएगा केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर्स, हाइब्रिडाइज्ड सीड्स, सब कुछ खत्म करेगा। इसीलिए आप नेटिव जो कश्मीर है, जो जम्मू है, राजौरी हो या पुंछ, वहां पर क्या सहज सिद्ध से हम खेती कर सकते हैं, उसी को अपनाइए आप, तब सही सलामत रहेगा। आप ये सोचिए, बाहर से लोग आ रहे हैं आपके पास, आपके दिमाग को आपको ये करने की कोशिश करेंगे, ये बड़ी साजिश है। आपको बरकरार बचा के रखना चाहिए। यस सर।
Okay.
यस डॉक्टर।
Yes, sir. Now we have the state action plan. Now it is a UT plan for the, and of course that has certain measures based on the 3R. Prime Minister had reminded us in last September that 3Rs we have to reuse, reduce, and rethink. Rather, fourth R we can say rethink.
This is a state action plan for climate change for Jammu and Kashmir, because now they have been into divided into union territories. But this is the plan, SAP CC, reuse, reduce, and recycle. The state action plan for climate change aims to take measures for reducing greenhouse gas emissions and covers different sectors like power generation, water, sustainable agriculture, renewable energy, among others. 3 R's: reuse, reduce, recycle, yeah, regenerate, yeah, rethink. So this is what it is. So you adopt these 3 R's so that you can save Jammu and Kashmir. Are you back, sir? Daksab, are you back? Daksab, are you back?
Yes, sir.
So
I
reuse,
think some
reduce,
network
recycle.
problem is there,
Yeah, that's what. That we'll finish it now.
of course. So
Shall I
these
change?
three R's are,
Yeah,
yeah, of course,
reuse,
sir. Next, sir. Yeah,
reuse. Yeah, 3 R's: reuse,
yes,
reduce, and
sir. Yeah,
recycle.
yeah, that's there, and that we have first, rather fourth is everything. We have to rethink about the environmental conservation. Yeah, and the next is
All these acts into action. The Indian Forest Act 1927, modified as on 24th December, these should be brought into action. Indian Forest Act, the Jammu and Kashmir Wildlife Protection Act 1974-75, the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974, the Biological Diversity Act 2002, the Jammu and Kashmir Biological Diversity Rules 2015, J&K non-biodegradable material management, handling and disposal act 2007, J&K non-biodegradable material, again same, 2009 act, plastic waste management amendments rule 2001 on 12 August 2021. You have to implement these acts, bring them into action so that you can save Jammu and Kashmir. For that matter, you can save any place on the earth. And you have environmental acts and rules yahan par on the right side. Water Act 1974, Air Act 1981, Environment Protection Act 1986. I think you are aware, the famous Water Act, with my guru keeps on reminding. Water Act of 1974, Air Act 1981, Environment Protection Act 1986. Remember, these acts are very, very important. Water Act 1974, Air Act 1981, Environment Protection Act 1986. Again, rules under Environment Protection Act 1986. So like that, you have the Citizens Charter, how you can protect. Government of Jammu and Kashmir notification Jammu 19th of April 2021. Then you have Citizens Charter. Even citizens are equally responsible. You have so many. National Green Tribunal Act, Slaughter House Rules Act 2001, amendment to EIA notification, environment impact assessment. This is more important, 2009. Whenever you want to set up an industry, this is what environment impact assessment study has to be done. In India, I am questioning through this show, how many states have done this environment impact assessment, public hearings? Only after that you need to set up an industry. Why are you setting up an industry? For in whose interest? It is public interest. But when public do not want, when it is affecting the environment, then why should you set up an industry in that region? This is what you should understand. That is why these acts, roughly on the right side, you remember them. Water Act 1974 to Citizens Charter. This is going to help you. Yes, sir. Are you back? Are you back, sir?
well,
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Finish it, sir. 2 minutes time, you finish it. Dr. Ashaq Malik ji. Malik साहब बात करिए. Sir. Ashaq Malik ji. I'm trying to check him. Where did he go? Yes, sir. Are you there? Malik ji. Are you there, sir? Malik साहब. Are you there, sir? There seems to be some problem. Dr. Sahab, are you there? Ashaq Malik ji, baat kariye. We are in the fag end of the show. Dr. Ashaq Malik ji, connect please. Dr. Sahab, applying religion in environmental conservation. This is another slide from here. Planting tree is an act of charity. When a Muslim plants a tree, whatever is eaten from it is charity from him, and whatever is stolen is charity, and whatever is subtracted from it is charity. This is Shahi Muslim. This is a quote. Planting tree is an act of charity. Jabir, may Allah be pleased with him, reported that the Messenger of Allah said, when a Muslim plants a tree, whatever is eaten from it is charity from him, and whatever is stolen is charity, and whatever is subtracted from it is charity. So, applying religion in environmental conservation is also important. And then right side you have do not waste water, even if you were at a running stream, Prophet Muhammad. So there are all wonderful things which our religions tell us. So you can apply religion in environmental conservation. He says, do not waste water even if you were at a running stream, Prophet Muhammad. It is there, all these quotes in Hadith. So he has brought out wonderfully well to sensitize even those who believe in religion. Religion teaches us to stay friendly with the nature, to protect all the natural resources. Varna हमारे जीना मुश्किल हो जाएगा. So even applying religion in environmental conservation, पेड़ पौधे हो या पानी की संरक्षण हो, ये सब कुछ हमारे रिलीजियन में, हमारे मत में भी है, हर एक मत में है. ये भी उन्होंने लाने की कोशिश की है. Are you there, sir? Promoting community conservation. See, this is how they try to promote, and I'm trying to do it for him through community also. आप पेड़ पौधे आप सब कुछ को बचा के रख सकते हैं. देखिए इस तरह पेड़ पौधे बिना इसको काटे हम किस तरह हम अगर वहां घर हो या क्या हो हम बना सकते हैं. रिस्टोरिंग वाटर बॉडीज, कंबाटिंग क्लाइमेट. जिस तरह हम मैं पहले से बता रहा हूं, ये पानी की जगह, तालाब की जगह रोड्स हो या इंडस्ट्रीज को नहीं लेना चाहिए. आगे सब आशिक मलिक जी, आर यू बैक? तो हम पेड़ पौधे के साथ तालाब को भी संरक्षण अगर कर सकते हैं तो हम ये क्लाइमेट जो भी चेंजेस हो रहे, वट एवर चेंजेस विच आर हैपनिंग इन द क्लाइमेट, वी कैन प्रोटेक्ट देम, वी कैन कम्बैट देम. दिस इज व्हाट ही इज ट्राइंग टू से. डॉक्टर साहब, आर यू देयर? So what happened, sir? What happened, sir? No, that's what I want you to explain from this religious slide. Start. No, no, you have to, you have locked yourself. Unmute yourself. That red should become green. Yeah, now you speak from here. Yes. बात कीजिए डॉक्टर साहब. यस सर. डॉक्टर साहब बात कीजिए. डॉक्टर साहब बात कीजिए आप. Trying to bring him. This should become green, डॉक्टर साहब. इसको ग्रीन बनाइए. It is red now. Click on this, it will become green. Are you back, डॉक्टर साहब? learning from best practices. Sundarlal Bahuguna ji, the man who taught India rather world to hug trees. पेड़ पौधों को आप उनके साथ सहजीव कीजिए और उनके साथ प्रेम करना सीखिए. सुंदरलाल बहुगुणा जी, the man who taught India rather world to hug trees. This is only way we can protect ourselves. अब इसी तरह हम अपने पेड़ पौधों को और हमको भी बचा सकते हैं ताकि हम बच्चों को, हमारे बच्चों को कल कुछ दे सके. Become selfish, otherwise you are gone. Learn from best practices. Here you have Sundarlal Bahuguna. Are you back, sir? Education and awareness, these are most important. Environmental education, आप सीखिए किस तरह की आप ये ग्लेशियर से, ये ग्लेशियर्स को इसी तरह रहनी चाहिए. कितने सुंदर दिखते हैं, लेकिन जब ये बिगड़ना शुरू होगा, once they start melting. Yes sir, please go ahead.
Okay, sir. Am I audible?
You are audible.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm extremely sorry, sir. Okay, you're on this slide. Okay. Maybe some network issues are there. And here, of course, applying religion, how we can apply that. Are the religions, they have concern about the environment. And of course, if we go to the Hindu, there are many, we can say, plants and animals which are worshipped, and in this way they are conserved. And there are beautiful, we can say, doctrines there, and that need to be applied in everybody's life. And naturally, if we apply those beautiful principles which religion has told, naturally we will be combating the climate change in a very efficient and effective manner. And of course, you have already told about, we can say, the Prophet Muhammad, how he instructed the followers, rather we can say the human beings, how they can act toward the climate change. And there is one second, or we can say 1 minute, a half minute story, and that when he was punishing some people, he said, no, you have to plant 300 trees of the dates in Saudi Arabia at that time. Means even the punishment was by the plantation of the trees. So that should be the spirit how we can conserve the nature and the environment. So next, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next slide here, the community conservation. We can go for the community conservation, and the sacred groves are there. How the sacred groves, they are contributing toward the conservation of the environment, and where all the plants have disappeared, but due to the, we can say, sanctity and the we can say presence of sacred groves, these plants, they are witnessing thousands of the years, we can say, life which was before us. So community conservation, that should be encouraged by the government and by all the sectors, so which is also a remedy toward the conservation. And here in Jammu and Kashmir, we have we can say hundreds of the sacred groves are there, but they need to be documented and they need to be conserved in order to conserve the environment and the climate change. Yeah, next, sir. The next slide, that says we have to restore the water bodies. Yes, sir. What am I audible?
Yes sir, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Okay.
You are
Okay.
audible.
So nice, sir. So next slide that speaks about. Okay. So nice, sir. Next slide that speaks about the restoring the water bodies, and we can see if the, we can see जो पुराने तालाब थे, now they are drained out, they are dried up, and as a result, what happened? Everybody is putting the, we can say, garbage and other, we can say dirt in them, and now they are the big sources of the methane or chlorofluorogases, which are contributing to the climate change and the global warming. And if we can restore this, and this centuries old tradition, that will be also another big fight of the climate change, especially in Jammu and Kashmir. A lot of water bodies now, they are dying, and they are dying due to the lack of the care from the either the community or the government, and we need to act all conserve these bodies to combat the global warming. Yeah, next, sir.
Yes sir.
Now, beside this, another beside this, and remedies there, how we can learn from the best practices. And this is Sundarlal Bhogna. Everybody knows what role he has played in the conservation of the we can say forest, the Chipko movement that is, I think, known to everybody. And there are many other people who are exemplifying themselves to protect the environment. So there is urgent need how we can come up with these such moments, how we can extend this movement. This will be in the one way it will tribute to the great environmentalist. On the other way, we will be protecting the life on the planet and protecting the coming generations. So that we need to bring in the maybe in the curriculum or in the we can say alternative years to teach the younger generation. Yeah,
वंडरफुल। चिपक
this is
चिपक जाइए,
one of
आप
the
पेड़
last
पौधे से
we can say
चिपक जाइए,
slides. Yeah,
पेड़ पौधे से आप चिपक
G
जाइए,
G
का मोमेंट।
and
या
exactly. And now, of course, the education, we have the environmental education, but still the environment is degrading. So it means some missing links are there, and we need to work on those. Why our curricula, why our environmental education course that every student, at least at the graduation level, is studying, but still environment is degrading. We need to revisit, and especially Jammu and Kashmir is concerned, how we can work all together to retain its name that is called as paradise on earth. So for this we have to act all uh, by supplementing by the awareness, greater awareness and education. That is the need, that is the backbone of the conservation of the nature and environment. Yes,
वंडरफुल।
sir. Yeah. So next slide, if you can show, sir. This is
या
the alpine lakes. You can see one portion, the there other portion. These are the meadows. They are under threat, but this is the new we can say tourism avenue in Punjab region, especially which was a virgin. We can say destination, tourist destination, but it will bring the new we can say challenges to conserve the environment. For example, the use of the plastic and other materials which the tourist will take with us, ultimately that will go to the ocean. And if we come with the life of the ocean, we can see here across the world we have the 5 islands of the garbage, that 2 are in the Pacific, 2 are in the Atlantic, 1 in Indian Ocean, and one Pacific, North Pacific. This island is so big; it is as the size of the two Frances. The France we will compare, and one garbage island is there. And I think these small, we can uh, say, our interventions are human activities. They are ultimately taking the plastic and other materials, biodegradable materials to the oceans, and they are leading to the climate change and global warming. So that we need to act here in this Pir Panjal. These are the alpine meadows, and I invite especially people from the rest of the country to visit these beautiful meadows, especially in month of the April, May, and June, July. And these are the meadows. But the thing is, we need to handle in a very careful manner so that the tourism must not be a threat to the environment. Yeah, yes, sir.
वंडरफुल, वंडरफुल।
So we have here, yeah, we have here 7 lakes here. Yeah, if you go to the previous slide for 1 minute, I will explain the story in the 1 minute. Yeah, previous slide, sir.
या
Yeah,
I'm
here
listening.
7 lakes are there, and they are still undiscovered. And it said that Dev was there, and Girjan Dev was there. He had 6 sons and 1 daughter, and he tried to abandon the we can say worldly life, and he said to his daughters, 1 daughter and 6 sons, that please and search a good place for me. I will take the sannyas. जहाँ sannyas मैं लेना चाहता हूँ. Everybody gone and came up with the idea, but one child whose name was Suksar, he said, no, this place is good, and I will not give to you, but I will sit here. And then the father was very angry. He said to his Girjan Dev said to his son that no water will be there, and 7 lakes are there, but one is dried lake, and that is due to the sun. What the mythology or what the we can say old tradition tells. So these are the we can say stories linked to these 7 lakes which are still undiscovered and brought to the world map in Pir Panjal. 7 beautiful lakes are there, and that need to invite all the people from the rest of the country and witness the beauty of the nature, especially the alpine lakes. Yes, sir. So this is something that at the end, I'm extremely sorry that because of the technical glitches, the presentation was and the talk was interrupted. But here we have the Swachh Bharat that is led by none other than our worthy Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. And of course, that was based on the principles that laid down by the uh, father of nation, or great son of the soil, so far the weekends concerned India, as a whole, that Mahatma Gandhi. And that is rooted in back in our great tradition, Indian tradition. And if we implement this, and if we supplement to the government schemes, and we think globally and act locally, naturally, not only Jammu and Kashmir, we can protect the environment at a national and international level. So this was something that how Jammu and Kashmir that is uh, being challenged by the we can say climatic issues, and how together we can act, how we can learn from one another experiences, how we can place the best practices and protect the environment, especially in Jammu and Kashmir, that is called as the heaven on earth.
Wonderful. I think I'll just try to come out of it now. You can switch on your camera if possible. And before we say bye, all those acts also we could not discuss properly. The acts which were there, Water Act and all, I've explained it to the people. Those are the acts which have to be put
Yes,
into
sir, we
action.
have.
And what is the last? Yeah. What is the last word?
Uh, uh, yes, sir.
If you can
Here,
switch on your camera,
of course,
Ashaq Malik.
these yeah, of course, it is already switched on, but maybe due to the less bandwidth, uh, I'm not visible. That's why. Otherwise, it is
No
already
problem.
on,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Let me try again. Okay, sir. Now, can you see me? No.
Not yet.
Let me again try. Maybe.
I don't know what's happening with this recording today.
Yeah, sir. Here, the place maybe the internet. Of course, we are relying on the technology, and that's the reason. Of course, you are visible to me, sir.
Am I visible? So I was visible. The entire PPT was visible to you, no, when we were discussing.
Of course, sir. Of course, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Then no, go ahead. Then everything will be on record. Don't worry. Please go ahead, sir. Now, how are you going to sum it up? Even Jammu and Kashmir is not immune to
Uh,
environmental disasters. Yes. What is the
yes,
message?
of course, sir. And you have the message is this that we need to act, I think, at the individual level. Unless we change the mindset of individual, unless we are responsible citizens, and we are thinking toward the we can say Mother Earth.
Yeah, there seems to be some technical snacks, but he has done a wonderful job. Oh, here at my end too. So this is the nasty aspect of Mr. Modi ji and Mr. KCR in Hyderabad, and you have to national level. This is our poor network connection. When you cannot see, when I'm speaking to you, even my network is being bothered. Even my network, I think, even my network is getting into problematic conditions, and the entire world will witness how India is growing in technical aspects. When we speak or when we boast of our technologies, this is what is happening. They don't let you to have a proper show. Are you there, Dr. Ashaq Malik ji? We'll try to end the show. with a message that environment, if you protect environment, the present and future of our lives is very clear that we can lead a happy life. हम सही तरीके से हम प्रकृति सहज सिद्ध जिंदगी अगर जी सकते हैं तो हमारी वर्तमान और हमारी कल सही रहेगी और खुशी से हम जी सकते हैं. तो दिस इज फॉर टुडे. डू सपोर्ट DRTSPR channels, Citizens DRTSPR channel and Environment People DRTSPR channels. Once again, we have been doing many shows on environment. This is another show. I'm not able to show my face, but this is the technical hitch which we have been suffering of late. Whenever you do such type of shows, this is the main problem with the government and those who are responsible to give us. And we are paying the geo services, how horrible the services like BSNL, all like all other services. But still, wonderful guests like Dr. Ashaq Malik and so many guests have been contributing on DRTSPR channels. And this information is there in the public domain. You can download, understand. If there are any corrections, you are most welcome. You can share it across and do subscribe and support DRTSPR channels in larger public interest. Thank you. Take care. Good night from here. And thanks, Dr. Ashaq Malik ji. Wonderful to host you. And I think you are back now. Even I am trying to be back. This is the technical hitch which you have been facing. Now the entire world will be watching how the technical hitches are happening in Hyderabad, Delhi, Jammu and Kashmir, everywhere in India. This is absolute nonsense and trash. This, we condemn it. Whenever we try to bring out a good issue, this is what happens. Anything at the cost of environment, don't allow. No industrialist, no money you need. That is our money. They are not going to put our taxes through which they make money and they are going to reinvest, and they take bank loans. Banks have our deposits and they mortgage our credentials. So be careful. Be careful. Don't allow anything which would destroy environment. Protect lakes, protect trees, see that you have fresh air. Don't go for polluting vehicles. If possible, use public transport. This is how we can protect ourselves, save environment, and save our lives and our future children lives. And this is what is the message from DRTSPR channels. Thank you very much, Dr. Ashaq Malik ji. Once again, thank you very much. Sorry, and this is a technical hitch, technical problem we have been facing of late. This is New India. Thank you very much, and good night from here. For all the world over, we say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It would be a wake-up call for you also. If you don't understand environment and if you don't live in symbiosis with environment, the flash floods, increase of temperatures, and sudden drop of temperatures, and your life is hell. And when the glaciers start melting, don't know how many cities will be underwater. So if you want to save yourself and your future of your children, start understanding the nature, live with the nature, don't damage the environment. Thank you and bye.